I've maxed my account. I've gotten all 3 mega rares. What is there to do now? Oh, I know. It's time to get good and complete some combat achievements. Welcome to Morning to Master, the series where I go from maxed to master. Previously, on my way to maxing, I completed the elite tier. Since then, I've been passively gaining combat achievement points, leaving me at 1133 total points and 451 points away from the master tier. The primary focus of this series is going to be squarely on combat achievements, but sometimes there will be bosses where I decide to stay longer to grind out the drops if it's relevant for other combat tasks. But without further ado, let's get into it. The first boss I want to go for is the Phantom Muspah. Not only do I want to try to complete every single combat achievement here, except for potentially the 1 minute 30 speed kill, but I also want to complete the collection log. Well, maybe not complete the collection log because we're not staying for the pet, but I do want to get 5 Venator shards to be able to make the Venator bow. Not only will the Venator bow help out with future combat achievements, but it's also going to be huge for the imbued heart grind, which I'm definitely going to do later on. Because I'm going to be at Muspah for 500 kills, or potentially even longer, it's probably worth doing a little side quest to get a quicker teleport. That can be done by going to Duke to pick up the frozen tablet, which allows the Ring of Shadows to teleport me right to Muspah's entrance. Well, I got myself a kill, but I got quite a lot to learn, but that is the first Duke kill complete. 4 of 451 points have been claimed. There is the first speed time at Duke. I got a sub 140 to 138. And there is the frozen tablet. I think that was actually the kill right after. Yeah, it was the kill right after the 140 time. So I can get myself out of here. We will come back and get the CAs. I was really starting to pick it up around kill 15 or so. It's going well. I can see myself camping Duke out in the future. I definitely will be coming back. We can use the frozen tablet on the Ring of Shadows, giving it the power to teleport to the Gorok dungeon. And the reason why we did this is, look at that. It teleports us to that 10 tiles away from Muspah. As for combat tasks, I did do a couple of them when I was going for elites, as they were pretty easy to get. Like Versatile Trainer is basically do a kill at Muspah. But I got a lot of CAs to do here. I think they're all possible, except for this 1 minute 30 without a Slayer task might be a little difficult for me. For now, I'm not going to focus too much on the combat achievements, as I'm going to be here for about 500 kills. I'm just going to de-rust, get used to the boss, get used to the mechanics, and then once I have the first Venator shard, maybe we'll start doing some combat achievements. First kill down, gonna have to do a little bit more de-rusting, but I was already 7 seconds off my PB and picked up my 3rd Ancient Icon. And there is the sub 3 kill, getting the Elite Speed Trialist at 246. On top of that, your first sub 3 kill, you get the Charged Ice, which is like a pet transmog. Now, these Renar Seeds would be a great drop if I didn't have like 1,000 of them from Toa. The personal best is just getting lower and lower and lower. I think sub 2 is definitely possible by the time I'm done the 500 kills. I decided to do the Can't Escape combat achievement, was getting annoyed seeing the fail message when I ran at the start of every kill. It requires you to not run and only walk, meaning you can no longer kite the melee phase and have to do the step back. Thankfully, it's not a perfection task, so you can make mistakes along the way and eat through it. Good practice for future kills, too. There is my first frozen cache. Also got it on the 25th kill, getting another elite combat task done. Ooh. Personal best is getting a little bit closer. We're down to 204, 5 seconds to go for the Master CA. This could be speedy. It felt quick. Oh, so close. 202. Couple seconds off. Needed to just get a little bit luckier with the Sapphire Bolt procs. But we'll get that sub 2. There is the first Venator shard. Wow, it's over 10 mil. That is quite insane. I did not know it was that expensive. All I need to do is get another 4 of those, and I have the Venator bow. I think if we look to combine it with left clicking, creating a Venator bow requires 5 Venator shards. You need 4 more. There is 50 kills at the Muspah, the Phantom Muspah Master, and we've set it up in our clan where anything that is a Master Combat or higher also broadcasts to the clan, which is pretty cool to see. It'll be nice catching my friends getting their Grandmaster CAs. Scurrius is the next boss we want to go to. This is a introduction boss. This is a boss designed to teach people mechanics that are going to be useful in later PVM and also give people a way of training experience. Alongside that, they released the combat achievements very quickly after release. I think they had them pre-made already. But there are 5 of them, from easy and 3 medium, so a total of 8 points. Not too many CAs out of this, but might as well knock it off. 2 of the CAs require a bone weapon. The first one is Sit Rat, which requires just killing it with a rat bane weapon, or I guess finishing it off with a rat bane weapon. And the other one is killing 6 giant rats within 3 seconds, so basically 1 every tick. And you can do it without the bone weapon, but because you need to get one for this one anyway, you might as well get it. The other ones are perfect, 10 kills and 1 kills, which I don't think will be any issue. First kill down. Easy combat task complete. And there is the perfect Scurrius on the next kill. Looks like we're getting an alk every kill. This isn't too shabby. Oh, that was quick. Got it on kill number 13. The Scurrius Spine. I decided to make the bone bow as it seemed the easiest to use. The rats work like skulls in Wardens, where you just click on the next rat on the next tick as they reset your attack cooldown, allowing you to attack every tick. And once their death animations are done, that should be the combat achievement complete. And there is Sit Rat, the other combat achievement. Got it all done within 15 kills. With Scurrius out of the way, I want to move on to my next boss, and that boss is going to be Skotizo. Skotizo, I've completed the majority of the combat tasks at 6 out of 7, but there is 1 left that I didn't do earlier, precise positioning. Got a bunch of red shins left over from the Arma grind, so that shouldn't be too bad. I have a total of 35 Dark Totems in the bank, and I'm going to do something dumb and kill every single one of these Skotizo, stack up all the hard caskets and elite caskets, and see if we get anything cool out of it. Looking at Skotizo's collection log, I don't have any of the actual items from it. I just have the ancient shards, which I've stacked up over my first 25 kills. So looks like we're going to hit the drop rate of the pet, which is 1 in 60. But let's go get the CA. Okay, so I got Skotizo low. I have this right by its southwest tile. I should be able to just attack this one here, and the chins will spread over to Skotizo. And that will be all we need to do. And we completed precise positioning. This is a very easy master task. You can probably do really early into your account. I was just super lazy with it. And I also got the pet on the very same kill. Yay, that was the whole reason for coming here. I'll take that. That is boss pet number 13. Well, I got both the number wrong and the fact that they're all boss pets wrong. That is pet number 12. And I got a couple skilling pets in here. So really it's boss pet number 7, but that is a nice one to get. Got the hard and elite casket. Time to put it in the bank and go do another Skotizo kill. I think this will be my adventure for the day. Got an absolute sick combo with the hard and elite clue stack. My hard step is talking to the dark mage in the center of the abyss, and my elite Sherlock step is crafting a nature room, so I can actually do both at the same time here. Pretty cool. And I completely forgot to talk to the dark mage. kill number 54 here, and I've picked up the Dark Claw, another item to the collection log at Skotizo. It's the Slayer helmet recolor. You can make a black and purple Slayer helm, which is kind of cool. Now, all that remains is the full dark totem and the Jar of Darkness, and then I'll have the log complete. The jar is the real tough one. I believe they've changed it now to 1 in 200, so I probably will never hit that drop rate. But I got these clues to do, and then 6 more kills, and then we can start opening them up. Interesting little nugget. Because clues now stay on the ground for an hour when you drop them, if you ever get attacked in the wilderness in a place you're going to lose it, like, for example, here I'm beyond wilderness level 20, and I get killed by a player, I would normally lose the clues, but I can just drop it, and then it'll be on the ground for an hour, and it follows you over world hops. So there's almost no way to lose the item. You lose your clue, you'll lose the items you have on you, but just bring no risk. After who knows how many hours, the final Skotizo kill has been obtained. Picking up a hard and a elite blue scroll. I actually also had a easy and a medium in the bank from some AFK fishing I was doing. So it looks like I got one of each tier to complete right now. Woot! The final step is done. Let's get out of the wilderness and start opening up some clues. Got the clues already. I think this took about 8 hours to do. I was getting about 5 kills per hour with including of doing the hard and elite clues. It kind of depended on the wildy steps and how many elites I got. I actually got like insanely lucky on elites. I was only supposed to get 7, but I got a total of 12. And yeah, we can start opening them with the easies. All right, so first hard clue, I got a master. And in the olden days, you would be like, all right, I got to stop opening them. Let me go do this master. Instead, I'm going to drop the master here. I'm not sure if RuneLight has updated yet, but clue scrolls dropped by the player now last for an hour. So that'll be on the ground there until that gets to 62 minutes. So I can actually juggle masters really effectively with clue openings. Not only does it mean I'll probably get more completions, but it also means I don't have to stop halfway through. First collection log, a white cavalier. And one item I'm specifically going for here is the ancient bracers. If I were to get that, that would be sweet because it would save me an inventory slot at next. Apart from that, we're just going for generic clogs. Oh, I got the 15 super energy drop. Isn't that like insanely rare? It's 1 in like 3,000 from each clue, but that does sting to get. Oh, that's kind of crazy. Overall, for the hard clues, I picked up a bunch of collection logs here. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 clogs obtained, a couple duplicates in here. Not too shabby, and I got 3 masters on the ground. Well, those elites weren't that great. Did I get a single collection log there? Yeah, I got 1 with the Dragon Cane, but elites are always horrible for collection logs. Just disappointed I didn't get a Mimic or a Master from those elites. Was able to complete all 3 of the Master Caskets, so we can quickly open them. I really like this new they last for an hour. It's like a soft, temporary stackable clues. It's great. First one's a Mimic. All right, kill done. We can open the Mimic chest, and we got an extra 600 death runes. Not too shabby. No way! There's no way. I got the Bloodhound at 5 kill count. There's no way. Oh my god. This is the craziest pet I've gotten ever. Wow. Can I get the back-to-back? Well, that was a day well spent. Bloodhound is probably one of the rarest pets in the game due to the fact that it's 1 in 1,000 from Masters, and I got it on 5 clues. If we look at all pets, I'm now up to 13 out of 57, and I have some really, really tough ones. Pretty crazy that I have the Bloodhound. I was not expecting that in the slightest. Well, it looks like I have to upgrade this desecrated house earlier than I thought I would. Yeah, I expected the 12 pets to be enough for a while, but I got my 13th pet. Just crazy. I've gotten all of these pets just by doing content. Like I haven't gone out of my way to specifically go for any of them, and I don't think I hit drop rate for any of them. All right, this kill could be pretty fast. I think it's sub 2. I was absolutely zooming. I got a 142 kill, getting the master combat task for the sub 2 minute kill. Hell yeah, that's great to get. Glad I got it out of the way, but we're still 13 seconds off of the next time. And I don't think I'm going to get that, at least not till I get the Masori top and maybe also bring magic. Phantom Muspa Manipulator is the hardest skill-based combat achievement for Muspah. It requires you to do 3 things. First off, walk the entire kill. Secondly, surround the boss with spikes on the final phase. And last of all, take no avoidable damage. The difficulty in this comes in multiple layers. Because you can't run, you need to do the step back perfectly the entire kill. Next up, because you can't run through spikes and have to walk around them, so the placement of those spikes needs to be good. Then, to have the final phase last long enough to surround the boss and have you not run out of room, all the spikes need to start on one side. I decided to Brid this kill and freeze the boss, reducing the need for perfect stepbacks, while also giving myself more control in placing the spikes. This ended up working very well, as I was able to complete this Grandmaster Combat achievement in 3 attempts after swapping to the magic and ranged setup. Hey, I think I did it right. There we go, the Grandmaster task, Muspah Manipulator. That was actually a lot of fun to go for. I didn't like the constant switching, so I think I'll go back to range camping. But that's definitely very useful for that task, especially having a shadow. Only 3 Muspah tasks remain. We got the 130 kill, the 10 kill trip, and the more than just a range weapon, which is the salamander kill. All right, this is what I came up with my gear setup. I got my best range gear on with the salamander. And then on top of that, I can swap to my mage gear, which brings me up to, what is it, plus 60 ranged accuracy and 16% magic damage. And then I can swap my attack style to blaze, which should make the melee phases go a little bit quicker. Um, but the big thing is going to be getting through the ranged phase quickly due to the insane chip damage. The other big thing is going to be spike management. You need to keep it out of the middle. Because one of the big problems with salamanders, I don't know if it shows it on this screen, is that the range is only 1. So the second that Muspah is covered with spikes on the final phase, the CA is basically over. Oh yeah, looks like I had a little bit of room to spare, and I completed the Master Combat task, more than just a ranged weapon, getting me 5 more points. 7-minute kill. I think that's more than appropriate. Turns out I needed 1 less prayer potion. I'm just going to kill it normally, get the 5 Venator shards, and hopefully we pick up the Muspah task and the Speedrunner task together. Decided to try out the Dragon Warhammer. According to Reddit, it doesn't lose its defense reduction when it swaps phases, and I thought it did lose its defense reduction. Um, so when it hits, it should be a very big increase, especially on melee phase. Okay, after a couple of kills of having the hammer hit and not hit, I think it's definitely a really massive improvement on DPS when it does hit. Like that kill didn't even feel like I was max rolling, and I got a 209, which was very close to my old personal best. If I counted right, this should be the 10th kill, and it is. Got Essence Farmer. I got a total of 3 supply drops there. I seem to be able to get like 6 kill trips plus whatever I get from supply drops. So it's like each supply drop probably adds another 2. Here is going to be 150 kills at Muspah. I have been just killing it now that I've done all the combat achievements going for those Venator shards, and I decided to do some hybriding, bringing both mage and range. I have the shadow, might as well use it. And it seems to be like kills are almost always under 3 minutes. That one I had an extremely slow shield phase, just didn't get a single Sapphire Bolt proc, but pretty much all of them are under 3 minutes, and I am enjoying it. There is Venator Shard number 2, and it came with an Elite Clue Scroll. There's no way. There was like 3 kills in between. That is the third Venator Shard. And I got a Clue Scroll in this one as well. Does it always come with the Clue Scroll? That's weird. Muspah has been going pretty well. But the Shadow is pretty much out of charges. I got 13 left in here. Means I gotta go refill it. Can take our Chaos and Soul Runes out of the bank to recharge the Shadow. I actually haven't charged the Shadow once since I got it. I put the 10k charges in it when I first got it, and they have lasted me this long. But I'll go and add 20k charges, which is gonna knock 100,000 Chaos Runes down and 40k Soul Runes. I think I'm using about 15 charges per kill. I'm going to track it here, see when I'm done with Muspah, how many charges I end up using. But I think long term, it's probably about 15 per kill. So this will definitely last through the end of Muspah. As a little bit of a break from Muspah, I'm going to go do some combat achievements. And this video, what I want to finish is I want to finish the Wilderness. I've completed most of the combat achievements in the Wilderness, but there are 2 bosses, Scorpia and the Chaos Elemental, which I have not completed yet. I just didn't go for them when I was doing my original Elite grind due to how deep they were in the Wilderness. There are 4 tasks with Scorpia, and they should all be really simple. My risk is pretty minimal. It's mostly the runes and the potions. The only 2 items I'm risking are the uncharged Ring of Shadows and the Helm of Night is not. The Ring of Shadows, I bought 10 for RDO and never used them, so they're kind of stuck in my bank. But I'm not going to use a scout for this. We'll see how it goes. I might end up getting PK'd and frustrated. There is 25 Scorpia kills. Scorpia veteran obtained. Let's say goodbye to Scorpia and hope we don't come back here. Ooh, I should pick up those Torstals. Yoink. Chaos Elemental is a similar story. I need to get up to 25 kills to be done all the combat achievements. I already completed the Hoarder task on my first kill, which is just killing it without letting it unequip any of your items. You just have to have a full inventory. But the Flincher is going to be what we do next. We have to kill the Chaos Elemental without taking any damage from its attacks. Basically, how you do this is you take a gamble on the very first hit, and then once it's in the flinch position, you just go back and forth on it. On top of that, the third CA that I need to do is 10 kills, but we'll get that on our way for 25. But let's try it. My gear setup here, my 4 items are the Fang, Torture, Avernic, and then the Berserker is my +1, so if I were to get smited, I'd lose the Berserker's Ring, which is probably the best thing of these to lose. It's pretty easy to get back. I guess the Fang would be better to lose because I have like 8 of them, but it's good bank value. That should be it. Yeah, the Flincher, there is 25 kills at the Chaos Elemental, the last of our Wildy combat achievements. I picked up 13 points from Scorpia and 10 points from Chaos Elemental, dropping the total to 369 to go. Been a while since I've seen one of those, but that is Ancient Icon number 9. I haven't seen that before, but I got 3 Spirit Seeds from a single kill. It's been a little bit since I've gotten myself a Venator shard. I think it's been about 340 kills. I think that third shard was around the like 140 mark. So I think I can now say that I am unlucky here, as 500 kill count is the expected value for completing the Venator bow. Somewhat positive flip side of this is we can look at my Ancient Essence stack. It's now up to 381k. I'm going to need 150k set aside for the Imbued Heart to saturate it when I get it. And then the other 230k I can use to charge the Venator bow. It uses 1 essence per shot. Okay. It was like 530 kills, and then the 4th Venator shard has been obtained. That threw my mood right around. An interesting part of being this dry is that I've now hit 20,000 Dragon Bolts. Funnily enough, all the bosses that drop Dragon Bolts, I just haven't been getting drops at, and I don't have a weapon that can fire Dragon Bolts. So these are just stocking up in the bank, and Eventually, one day I'll be able to use them, and then I'll probably never run out. Oh, there it is! Oh, I got the final drop. Let's pick that up as soon as possible and get out of here. The final kill count is 889. Yeah, I had 3 at 170, so the final 2 took me like 600, but I'm finally out of here. I'll grab out some of the common loot and see what we got from here. I've picked out all the valuable loot here. At the bottom is all the alcohols or items that can be processed. For example, like water orbs can be turned into water battle staffs. Patty ore can be turned into plate bodies. Rune ore can be turned into two-hand swords. All that sort of stuff. This is about 40 mil down here, so that's really nice for the cash stack in the future. I got a nice set of seeds with Renar and Snapdragons, definitely profited there. I also got an equal amount of Toad Flax, but I've already farmed them all. Plus 10 Spirit Seeds, which I can turn in for packs. Rune-wise, I profited Soul Runes here because I used about 8 or 9,000 Shadow Charges, and I got 26,000 back. I did go negative on Chaos Runes, but I think when you take the Death Runes into consideration, I'm like at least GP neutral on Runes. Dragon Bolt wise, I got another 6,000, which brings my stack basically up to that 20,000 point I mentioned. And then I got 677,000 Ancient Essence and the 5 Venator Shards, which I'm going to combine together to create a Venator Bow. The Venator Bow can bounce between targets if it's very close by. And that's going to be really useful not only for Whisper, as we use it to get through certain mechanics, but also the recently released Fortis Colosseum. I've seen a lot of people use the Venator Bow, whether it's on the bees mechanics, the healing mechanic, or just killing the Fremnik bands right at the start of the phase. So this is super great to have, and I'm happy I have it in my tool belt for whenever future content comes out that definitely needs it. I won't be like, oh, I should really go to Muspah. But with the Venator Bow obtained, I think I finished all the goals I wanted to set out this episode. It's been quite a long one. Always like to do that for episode 1. But I'm already down to 369 points to go for the Master tier. At Muspah, I got up to 12 out of 13 combat achievements. All that's left is the sub 130 speed task. And I think I'm going to wait for a ZCB for that one. Apart from that, I did get some combat achievements done. I finished off Skotizo, Scorpius, Scurrius. Just knocked a lot of these low-level ones out that I was going to have to do eventually. And we look forward to next time where we take on Slayer.